My fellow Americans, the healing of our nation is essential to our future and our posterity. Many think this is no longer possible. They could be right. Loud voices proclaiming America will never return to its former glory cite America as a far-gone conclusion and say the healing of America is an impossibility because the moral fabric of the nation is deteriorated. Pessimistic views see the corrosion of moral man in America as inevitable. It is true we are witnessing the moral decline of our nation and the lack of leaders envisioning a distinct society. The social and economic downturn of our nation is absolutely evident to us all. We are witnessing daily our constant inability to cope with the continuing violence facing our nation, and it is a grim reminder of how shallow we have become as a people and a nation. The unity and common purpose to help one another is no longer present or even considered heroic. The disorder of proper decision-making at the executive, state, and local levels that conscientiously troubles the average citizen. The faith that distinguishing great men will show up on the scene bringing purpose and a just government to America has brought despair, if not dark tidings, to all hopeful citizens. This is viewing things as they appear to the common citizen today in America. Winston Churchill said, "If we look to the past, we are in danger of losing the future." This was not only a great message in Churchill's time, it is also a great message to all Americans. My fellow countrymen, it does not matter what we were yesterday, but it does matter what we characterize today. If we continue looking at our troubles as unsolvable, we then keep ourselves from shaping our future. Just think for a moment, folks. All is not lost. We can win out in the end. We still have the infinite ability to look beyond our present predicaments with high and elevated purposes. Virtue and qualities are still available to the inquiring mind. Uncharted knowledge and wisdom are still on the horizon for those who endeavor to take that journey. Proliferation and the perfecting of our home, family, and life with character are the passing mantle. There is nothing stating we are unable to bring into our homes and family and personal life standards and ideals of living helpful to changing our course and path in life. We still are able to face reality and judge with clarity of mind the intelligent solutions we need in order to change. Difficulties that exist in our lives and in our country are not permanent. They can be eliminated through our intelligence. We still can make wise decisions based on our freedoms, and those decisions can decide a far superior destiny than what we are experiencing today. It is written that the empty will have emptiness, the violent violence, the decisive decisiveness. We have to ask ourselves today if we want to be decisive, violent, or empty in America. Listen to what was written of one of our presidents. It was said that during his presidency, he did not send one combat troop division abroad or drop one bomb, who used his presidency to break down barriers of religious and racial equality and harmony in this country, and to reach out to victims of poverty and repression, who encouraged Americans to serve their communities and to love their neighbor regardless of the color of their skin, who waged war not on smaller nations, but on poverty and illiteracy and mental illness in his own country, and who restored the appeal of politics for the young and sent Peace Corps volunteers overseas to work with the poor and untrained in other countries. This was written by Ted Sorensen about John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy emphatically knew that nobody wants you to do what you want to do, that people have other plans for you, and it takes courage for you to do what you want to do. If you see yourself doing great things in life, then follow and pursue your dream. Stay your course. Stick to your principles. Turn neither to the right and left, and life's outcome and pursuit will be true. Act well your part, there all the honor lies. Inspirational words for us all. The great wisdom for today is we should not settle for mediocrity and equality presented today. Equality as far as the Constitution is concerned, yes, but this is not what we are talking about here. The equality we are suggesting is the inferior equality among men and women that keeps them from advancing. It keeps us all on the same playing field and denies men and women the opportunity for greatness. Inferior equality has the same degree of vision for everyone, helps to stagnate great ideas, and hinders the distinguishment of personality, eliminating genius. When inferior equality sees the advancement of another, envy or jealousy takes over and forces itself upon the greater intelligence, pulling it back down to its level, endeavoring to keep individuality small. Inferior equality keeps men and women from finding deeper powers within. It desires to redirect great men from their rising aspirations. The goal of inferior equality is to structure limitations on men and women with this thought in mind. Great men, if there are no great men, then we are all destined to the same end. The argument of such a thought is what Emerson wrote. He said, great men exist that there may be greater men. It is not a question on how to be a great man. It is the effort of cultivating greatness. Courage and effort are not enough. It requires purpose and direction as well. Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th President of the United States, said, if we want to remain weaklings, then we are not worthy of the liberty and freedom of the land. There is an implication in this phrase. Roosevelt is suggesting we are indebted to the country for what it has given and produced for us, and we should give back to the country. That we should treat the country with respect and admiration, and not be surprised at the rejection and reprimand of the country if we do not cultivate qualities, virtues, and unity that plants, builds, and strengthens its foundations. Roosevelt's advice deserves our attention today. In view of Roosevelt's speech, I fear, however, there is an indebtedness that is no longer visible in our country. Citizens of America are no longer indebted to the country's leaders. All leaders today seem to lack the general quality of greatness. All admiration and example is gone. Excellence of speech, brilliant programs, profound maneuvers promoting education, industry, economy, and wealth to the humble members of America is inactive and asleep. It is as if men and women today in power are tiptoeing and sidestepping the principles and standards which forge towards a great and distinguished path. Though it is available, they leave it by the wayside. Again, these values are available to all men and women in the land. There is no reason why anyone in power cannot become a great leader. Young people today have the infinite means at their disposal to cultivate and pursue great leadership qualities. The trumpet is sounding to awaken us out of our sleep. I leave you with these great words. Let us boldly face the life of strife, resolute to do our duty well and manfully, resolute to uphold righteousness by deed and by word, resolute to be both honest and brave, to serve high ideals, yet to use practical methods. Above all, let us not shrink from no strife, moral or physical, within or without the nation, provided we are certain that the strife is justified, for it is only through strife, through hard and dangerous endeavor, that we shall ultimately win the goal of true national greatness. These were the words of President Roosevelt. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.